Hey guys, it's Christina with Christina Cakes It, and today I'm going to be making a husky cake. So I'm a huge animal lover and I definitely love dogs, and I knew that I was going to want to make a dog cake for my channel, and I decided to go with a husky because my husband actually had a husky when he was younger and they definitely remind me of him. So to make this cake there are a few steps. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to trace the outline of the different markings for my husky. Then I'm going to shape the nose out of some extra cake and the ears out of fondant. From there I'm going to pipe the fur and then add in the fondant details. So when I was trying to plan out this cake, I knew I was going to need some sort of template to kind of figure out exactly the spacing and the different markings of the husky. So what I did is I actually made my own template that looks like this. And I used an 8-inch cake board, which this cake is just a 2-layer 8-inch cake. And then I started adding in all the different markings that I was going to do. So from here, I went ahead and cut out the shape because I do want to make some marks so that when I'm piping the fur that everything is symmetrical. So I'm going to put my paper template down, and I'm actually just going to use like a butter knife just to make the markings. This is just a 6-inch cake, just a round cake, and I'm going to use this to make like some height for the nose. So I'm just using a cookie cutter, and I'm actually happy that this is domed, surprisingly, because I do want that dome for that round nose shape. So I'm just going to cut this out, and I am going to go ahead and cut this in half. Put some frosting over this. This is all going to get covered with fur. So I am going to cut out the fondant ears. So I'm just using my homemade marshmallow fondant to cut out these ears, and these are kind of the fondant is actually kind of thick because I want these to be able to hold their shape a little bit. So these are actually going to get covered in a lot of fur, so most of this pink won't even show. I do want these to stand up a little bit, so I'm going to add these cake pop sticks to prop them up. So what I did is I did prep 2 shades of gray icing. So I have my light gray and my dark gray and then some white. And what I'm using is Wilton tip 233. That's the grass tip. And then I'm also using a Teco tip 234, which is their version of the grass tip as well. And one thing to know is you are gonna want your icing pretty stiff for this because you want it to hold that fur shape. So I did add a little bit of extra powdered sugar to all of these different batches of buttercream. All right, so I'm gonna start piping my fur from the nose going out, and you are just gonna wanna have some patience with this and go pretty slow so it doesn't look sloppy. So this line I accidentally followed and I wasn't supposed to, but I'm not worried about it. I'll just wipe it off and make sure I put it in the correct color. So I'm just using a little bit of marshmallow fondant to make some eyes. So this husky is gonna have blue eyes, which is really common. So I'm gonna go ahead and work on the nose. So I'm cutting a circle. I'm just gonna make kind of like a smile shape here. The tongue, so I'm just using my fondant tool to indent it. So now that I have my little husky's face on, I'm gonna go ahead and go in and clean up some of these markings, and I think I'm actually gonna add some more markings on the side of the face, and I am going to pipe fur all along the side. Alright, so my husky cake is complete, and I love how he turned out. It did take me like over an hour to pipe all this fur, but it was definitely worth it. And I hope that you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, don't forget to like this episode and subscribe to my channel.